Welcome, everyone, to the Golden Grizzlies pregame show right here on the Golden Grizzlies YouTube channel, presented by Papa Romano's. My name is Neil Rule, the voice of the Golden Grizzlies. The distinct pleasure, as always, being joined by Rex Walters, former NBA first-round draft pick. But, Rex, the Horizon League starts tonight. The Golden Grizzlies and Wright State, one of the premier matchups. But, Rex, before we get into that, Oakland coming in hot. What they did to Toledo, they won by 30-plus points at Toledo. Teams don't do that. They're a four-time MAC champion.
And you can see Oakland starting to play and get used to each other. The big three, when you talk about Cole, you talk about De La Veruva, you're talking about Caba. Great games, efficient three-point shooting, and we took care of the basketball. Only 5 turnovers in that game. When you do that, that's a recipe that's going to give you a chance to win. Now, they blew the doors open against Toledo. It was a great win.
No, it certainly was, and they got out of that shooting funk, as you said, and controlled the rebound advantage as well. Certainly was a top-notch performance. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, Patty Cesarini will be joined by Wright State head coach Clint Sargent. All that and more. This is the Golden Grizzlies pregame show, brought to you by Papa Romano's.
In every moment, in every shared smile, OU Credit Union Visa Signature Card is there, earning 3% cash back on groceries to stock their dorm room, 2% back on fueling up the tank for the journey ahead. With a $100 welcome offer and the first year's annual fee waived, it's more than just a card. It's your partner in making every moment count, even the ones that tug at your heartstrings. Make every moment and every mile more rewarding with an OU Credit Union Visa Signature Card.
Drives to the basket, and it's in! 4-3, of course! For 3!
Welcome back to the Golden Grizzlies pregame show. The Golden Grizzlies and the Wright State Raiders, brought to you by Papa Romano's. Now let's send it over to Patty Cesarini, standing by with Wright State head coach Clint Sargent.
All right, Coach, Oakland's DQ Cole is coming off a 22-point game, 6 for 11 from the three-point line. How can you protect the perimeter, but also in the paint with their two big guys down there?
Yeah, that's the dilemma. Obviously, DQ is coming off a great performance. We're familiar with DQ. He really hurt us last year. We're familiar with, obviously, Oakland's style of play in the half court, two very physical bigs. So they cause you to have to kind of pick and choose. And when they're humming and playing well from all aspects, you see that performance against Toledo. So we're going to have a great start and be sound with our defensive game plan.
And where do you see your team's biggest strength, particularly in this matchup against Oakland?
That's a good question. Well, I hope it's our physicality. You know, I think we're hoping it's a strength, but I know that'll be tested. I think our two-point field goal percentage defense will be tested. Our ability to play through a little bit different rhythm with their zone will be tested. And then you're stepping right into league play, and our team really understands the Oakland program. Coach Campy, obviously they're coming off a great year, a year in which they did everything we hoped to do. So a lot of respect and just excitement to compete.
All right, Coach, appreciate the time. Thank you so much.
In every moment, in every shared smile, OU Credit Union Visa Signature Card is there, earning 3% cash back on groceries to stock their dorm room, 2% back on fueling up the tank for the journey ahead. With a $100 welcome offer and the first year's annual fee waived, it's more than just a card. It's your partner in making every moment count, even the ones that tug at your heartstrings. Make every moment and every mile more rewarding with an OU Credit Union Visa Signature.
Drives to the basket, and it's in! 4-3, of course! That's three!
Welcome back to the Golden Grizzlies pregame show on the Golden Grizzlies YouTube channel, brought to you by Papa Romano's, getting you ready for the Golden Grizzlies and the Wright State Raiders. Now we'll have Patty Cesarini's conversation with Oakland's associate head coach, Jeff Smith.
Coach, Wright State's Brandon Knowles averaging 21 points a game, Alex Hubrick 16.5 points per game. What can you guys do within the zone to contain those two guys?
Well, I think they're two different entities, really. I mean, in terms of Knowles going to score, not that he can't step out and shoot the three, but he's so good around the basket. I mean, he is a legitimate high-level mid-major post player. And so for us, one, the first thing we have to do is try to force him off of his spots, not let him catch it where he's comfortable. Two, we have to have pressure on the ball on the perimeter so that we can't allow them to just throw it into him. And then we've got to mix up our coverages. And so we're going to double him at times. We're going to double him on the catch, double him on the bounce. We've got to mix up what we do so that he doesn't get comfortable, because when he gets comfortable and gets into a rhythm, he's really good. Hubrick's on the perimeter. We have to know where he is at all times. We have talked about him being an ultra red. We need to be aware of where he is and know that when he starts to put it down and he starts to try to create, we got to do a great job of running a second defender at him, get him to bounce that thing back out. The problem with that, Patty, is when you put two on the ball in our zone, it leaves other people open.
Right.
And the way they shoot the ball on the perimeter, nice thing is it's a very similar prep to what we just did with Toledo, where we had Sonny Wilson out on the perimeter, had Simmons inside. And so there's a lot of carryover from game to game, which is nice, and it's unique because so many different styles of play that we face with this zone. So those two things, they should bode well for us. But the key for us is, like always, we played with a tremendous amount of energy for 40 minutes in that zone against Toledo. And we had a lot to do with them not playing very well. And we need to do the same thing tonight because this Wright State team is playing as well as anybody in our league right now.
Yeah, for sure. And, in terms of your offense, all year so far throughout the season, you guys have been saying water will come to its level with it. It really clicked against Toledo. DQ Cole had a bust-out game. You play in the inside-outside game. What can you expect from your offense tonight?
Well, hopefully more of the same. And I think what our guys are starting to figure out is as they get more comfortable within both sides of the ball, playing in that zone, and then on the offensive side, making some shots should give them some confidence. But one of the things we've talked with them about is when you play hard on the defensive end and you just get lost in the game, the offense will come to you.
Right.
So, we just need to get out there and compete and play, and we talk every day about trying to be connected and lift one another up. And it's amazing how the ball goes in the net when you do those things.
Yeah, no kidding. The chemistry, the flow of the game. Well, I appreciate the time, Coach.
Yeah,
Thanks
of course,
so much.
anytime. Thank you.
Push it to the limit, we gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever, when we ride, we gon' ride together. So together we ride, certified. It's together we ride, we gon' push it to the limit. We gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever, when we ride, we gon' ride together. So together we ride, certified. It's together we ride, we gon' push it to the limit. We gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever.
In every moment, in every shared smile, OU Credit Union Visa Signature Card is there, earning 3% cash back on groceries to stock their dorm room, 2% back on fueling up the tank for the journey ahead. With a $100 welcome offer and the first year's annual fee waived, it's more than just a card. It's your partner in making every moment count, even the ones that tug at your heartstrings. Make every moment and every mile more rewarding with an OU Credit Union Visa Signature Card.
back to the Golden Grizzlies pregame show brought to you by Papa Romano's right here on the Golden Grizzlies pregame channel. Neil Rule, Rex Walters back here with you. And Rex, when you look at this matchup here tonight, Oakland, Wright State certainly has been one of the preeminent programs here in the Horizon League. The Golden Grizzlies certainly did what they did last season as well. And Rex, the thing that really sticks out to me, when you watch Wright State play, if you took the uniforms off, you would know it was Wright State. They have an identity.
Yeah, they have a way to play. We always say that pack line defense, they're going to protect the rim, protect the paint. Maybe not great size all the time, but they're going to do that. And then efficient offense, right? They're going to play inside out. They're going to put pressure on the rim, and they have really good three-point shooting. That's kind of a staple with them. They've done it year in and year out, and it always gives them a chance to be successful in conference.
It's funny because the names change, the numbers change, but the style of play doesn't. You look back in previous history, Loudon Love, a big guy. Fast forward to today, Brandon Knoll, 20-8 game against Kentucky. Yeah. They have a way of doing things.
Yeah, no question. They have two really good players that they're going to play to them, right? With Hubricks and with Knoll, they're going to play to those guys, get them good looks, make sure that that's the style of play that they want to do offensively. I think the one area that they need to shore up that would be good for Oakland is we got to get on the offensive glass. It's an area where Air Force really hurt them in that game last week, although Wright State was successful. Air Force was able to get on the glass and get second shots. That's an area that we can maybe exploit a little bit tonight.
Golden Grizzlies, on the other hand, they certainly have an identity. Now, through the early 2010s when they had their Glory Days run, it was offense. The scoreboard lit up like a pinball machine. Now, Rex, it's the exact opposite of that. They have a defensive identity. They play that zone. Not a lot of people do that.
Yeah, everyone knows about the zone, and no one's figured it out. That's the great thing about it. I've told Jeff Smith today, I can see you guys are matched up. I have no idea what you're doing. And so every coach that you go into a game, you're worried about that defense. They've got great length, great size across the board. Sometimes I have a smaller point guard, but still great length that can cover ground, and that allows them to get out in transition and look to attack.
And lastly, offensively, the Golden Grizzlies, they will play through the post. We'll see a heavy dose of Baru Neva-Larua. We'll see a lot of Alan McCabe as well. Got a little bit of a throwback style, I guess.
A little bit, but they're matchup nightmares because they have great quickness, great strength, and athleticism. They can get to the cup. They don't have to be a traditional post-up, although they're good there. They can catch it off the block and look to attack. That'll be something we have to look to tonight as they're trying to get Knoll into foul trouble. That'll be a big key.
All right, how to see this thing shaking out, Rex? What are you watching for? What do you expect?
Well, I think we got to, number one, offensively attack the pack line, right? You got to move them. You got to play inside and out. We've got better shooting now. Like, we've gone through a little bit of a struggle, and now we've really figured it out these last few games. That'll be a big thing for us. We got to stay out of foul trouble. I think defending inside out as well. So you got Knoll, you've got Hubricks. You got to be able to get to both those guys in the zone, know where they're at all the time. And I always say this: no rebounds, no wins, right? You got to rebound the basketball. The team that gives themselves second chances to get on the offensive glass will give them an opportunity to win this game.
Man, you coaches always love rebounding. You never want to talk about making three-pointers. You always want to talk about rebounding all the time. Well, that will do it for the Golden Grizzlies pregame show brought to you by Papa Romano's. When we come back, it's the Golden Grizzlies and the Wright State Raiders, the premier Horizon League matchup here, starting with the opening tip of the Horizon League season.